Hi everyone, welcome back to the Taco Cave. Today we're going to be talking about how to make jelly jigs. Jelly jigs are actually soft plastic hybrid baits. So you get a piece, or rather soft plastic lures like this, and you combine them with materials such as bucktails, crystal flash, marabou, silicone strands, anything else really you can think of. So today I'm going to be showing you how we make jelly jigs at home. So the first thing we need before we begin is some soft plastic baits. Obviously, baits like grubs, reapers or worms or something like that would do better, because these are not really big baits. They're about maybe 1.5 or 2 inch type of baits. Grubs are actually ideal because the whole body is kind of round like that, and you can just pluck off the tail and you actually have a jelly jig body already. So I'm going to demonstrate that again. So this is your grub. Just pull off that tail and chuck it over there, and you get your body of your jelly jig already. Other items you will need include very large gauge needles, such as those for Chanel type of sewing. They are quite big, if you can actually see, compared to my finger. They're not like your average type of sewing needle for your pants or anything like that. They're actually pretty thick. Another thing you're going to need is some super glue and your material, of course. I'm going to show you 3 types. I'm only going to show one in normal speed. The other 2 I'm going to do in fast motion. Alright. One more thing you can consider is some papers to actually blot the super glue if you put too much or you need to do cleanups. I actually use cigarette rolling paper because it's actually, it's very lint free. Consistency is good for soaking up super glue and touching up corners. You can get it in there. Quite cheap for like 50 pieces. If you smoke, you might have a lot of these lying around anyway. So yeah, let's begin. So for the first demonstration, I'm going to be using crystal flash. So what actually the jelly jig is, as I said, is a soft plastic body matched with another material. So we're going to learn how to put this crystal flash into this soft plastic body and get a jig from there. We'll first begin by taking out some of this crystal flash. I'm going to use about 3 strands like that. Fold it over. Doesn't really need to be that accurate in your cutting. Fold it in half. Snip it with my scissors and just compare it. I think that's about okay, so I'm going to get a few strands like that. Take out your large diameter needle. I'm going to take like a medium kind of size one. Then thread your crystal flash into the hole of that needle. Okay, you want to get it somewhere in the middle, such as like that. Fold it over in itself like that. So what we're going to do actually is we're going to slot that needle into that soft plastic body. Try and get it straight if you can. Just get it through all the way in. Something like that. You're going to pull it right all the way until it reaches the end. So now you can see I've reached the end of the crystal flash. That's a bit too much. I'm going to pull it back the other way. So yeah, that's about how much I need. I'm going to just trim that end there. Trim the back ends so they're nice and even. So I want something like that. So basically, you already have a jelly jig with crystal flash on it. But we're not really done yet. Next thing is, we're going to need some super glue. Open that super glue. Get it ready. Get a piece of your paper or anything you're going to use to clean up. Just put a little dab where that hole that needle came up from is. So it just makes everything stick in place. Be very careful, don't use too much super glue. That you make a mess everywhere. Just a little dab like that. Actually goes in. Dab it with a paper so it blots a little bit like that, if you can see. Then we just leave it to dry. So once that super glue is dry, we actually finished our jig. So it has a little chartreuse kind of crystal flash and I think a watermelon type of body. So this will be quite enticing to fish. So this is one type of jelly jig you can make. You can do other things like bucktails or marabou. So let's try and do that now. So the next material we're going to be trying is marabou. I've actually not tried it before in a jelly jig, but I'm going to use a bigger needle compared to the one before. As the hairs, they're pretty hard to go in, so I'm going to need the one with a bigger eye on the needle. I'm just going to fast forward this part, but one thing you should know is that for marabou, there are 2 types of feathers. 2 types of material on the same feather. This type with the very straight strands is not ideal for this. What you actually need is this really furry kind of thing. Because you see, as I just move it slowly, or maybe I'll just blow it. You can see actually it moves very easily. So this is the ideal material for doing this. And there we go. There's a jelly jig with some marabou at the back. See, I'm just gonna hold it in my hand. If you can see, just from the wind blowing in my enclosed room, it's not really blowing, it's just the air conditioning going on. It's actually moving, the hair is ready. So this thing is kind of effective as well. So this is another type of jelly jig we can make. I'm gonna try the third one, which is the bucktail. Just gonna pull the tail off. All those will be remelted. So I make my own soft plastics as well. So yeah, now for the bucktail, let's speed it up again. As you guys can see, I've already pulled it through. If you see this part, the bucktail is a bit exposed, so I'm going to need to cut that bit off. My scissors, that, and I'm going to glue the end as well. See that little red part? That's where I need to glue, so everything sticks together. Just a bit, let it dry, and that's the bucktail done. So a lot of people, when they fish these type of jelly jigs, they actually like to have it pre-rigged, so it's like a whole fishing rig ready to go. You just tie it on. So you take a jig head like this, which has no collar. It's a collarless round jig head or something, you know. Just find something without any collars. They put it on. Obviously this jig head's a bit too small for this, but that's what I just picked up there. You put it on, and before you slide the end over here, you would put some super glue on it, and you slide it in, and you let it dry and just put it back in your tackle box anytime it's ready to go. So let's just have a look at how this works. So it's a jig actually. In the water, it goes up, it will go down. You see that marabou move? Actually, I think this is going to be very enticing. Just might try this after, you know, this COVID thing goes away. If you learned something today, please like and subscribe. You know, if you have any questions about this type of making jelly jigs or soft plastics or even the jig heads to use, feel free to leave it in the comments below. Thanks for watching, guys. See you again.